Alright, K&N doesn't give a lot of details on how to clean their product. They simply say, apply cleaner. I doused it liberally. Rinse filter. Rinsed off with the hose. All the leaves came off and there's kind of this white drippy stuff coming out. I guess that's the cleaner. And then dry filter. Holding on to it to have it dry. That makes sense. I'll just hold on to it until it dries. Oh my gosh, no. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna just sit there and hold the filter, and when my fingers aren't wet anymore, I'll know it's dry. I've got a better solution. Unless you got an oven that's dedicated to cars, I wouldn't put an oven to dry it off. But you could if you had one dedicated to cars. My option is to either wait or blow it out. Hopefully this doesn't cause any damage. Bravado, be safe when you're cleaning your filter. Safety glasses are better than glasses, but glasses are better than nothing. Got hearing protection because I'm going to use my air compressor. And I've got a lot in here to keep me safe too. Remember, train this and act. If you feel in doubt, don't do it. That's how I almost lost all the skin off one of my middle fingers. Unrelated project, but seriously, be safe, guys. And ladies who watch 4 times as long. Really appreciate your attention span. Actually, it looks a lot cleaner now. That white stuff is, that milky stuff that is apparently the result of the cleaner, it's really working. I won't bother you with watching a lot of this. Alright, I've actually already cleaned it. I'm going to clean it a little bit more again, even though it's really not necessary. Just to show you what I did. I did that about 3 times as much, maybe 4 times as much as that. Still have tons of this left. It's probably a lifetime supply for personal use. Then I rinsed it with water, and that happened when I blew the air off of it. Wow. I gotta tell you, just following the directions wasn't good enough. Using an air compressor, it's getting all kinds of crap out of the cotton that I didn't even see it was there. It's still not quite white yet, so I might clean it one more time. You'd think this truck had lived in a desert most of its life. Look at all that dirt. Oh wait, it has. Including windstorms on a regular basis. I cleaned this out at 30,000 miles, not the 60K promised by K&N. By the way, I've done horsepower tests, and I can't tell the difference between this extremely filthy K&N and a paper filter. I can't tell any difference at all. After I clean this, I'm going to graph up the numbers again and see where we're at. This rag was clean when I started. I'm just using it to kind of clean the dirt off the surface that is hanging out. See, look, let's try a place I haven't touched yet. So yeah, it's still pretty filthy. It doesn't have to be good enough because I am flying home. But that's okay. If you look at the filter medium, it's really quite clean. It's just some surface goo that's sitting on the metal, because I think the cleaner by K&N is designed much more to clean the cotton, which looks all white and clean, than it is the metal. So I'll just touch that up a little bit with my rag, and then I'll lightly apply oil. Oh, listen to this, that Hardy diesel V8. Don't I have cool neighbors? Seriously, I'm surrounded by like upgraded Dodges, upgraded BMWs. This is a street to live on, buddy. Listen to that engine grumble while I introduce something else I'm going to try. So, I can't recommend doing this, but since this seemed safe enough to clean my throttle body a little while ago, so I'm going to do a complete tune-up on how the air flows through my truck. at least cleanliness back to stock. I figure this stuff dries really fast. If it displaces the water and dries, my K&N filter will finish being dry. You should really wear gloves while using this. Be very careful. Be in a well-ventilated area too. The guy at AutoZone actually gave me this idea accidentally by claiming that the K&N cleaner would be like brake clean. It'd be quick and easy and dry fast. It's okay, they don't always have to know what they're talking about. They're still my buddies. Okay, that's really wet. I'm gonna leave that for a little while. I'm gonna finish putting a switch into that one. That Expedition there has a window that'll go up and down, but I haven't managed to get the old switch out yet. Just plug the new one in. So anyway, I'll do that while that dries, and then I will put a light amount of oil on to help catch a little more dirt. I say light repeatedly because my heavy application of K&N oil filter, or by the way, you get one of these brand new, it's heavily soaked in oil. K&N employees are taught not to do that, but if they do, you're going to need to clean it because otherwise you'll foul up your MAF. In fact, you might foul up your MAF anyway. I've spent a lot more money on MAF sensors on my 99 Corolla, 99 Chevy Prism, thanks to K&N, than I would have otherwise. I mean, that MAF is known to go on that car, but getting it caked in oil, I'm sure, didn't help. Some people actually recommend cleaning your K&N filter and leaving it dry, but I really do believe in the oil concept, picking up the dirt. Another point of fact, people always say K&N filters, as the cotton loads up, it will impede airflow. Well, I think I proved that when my torque app reported the same amount of horsepower at 4,400 RPMs, dirty K&N and paper air filter. It said like 109 horsepower either way. So once this is clean, I expect better results, assuming not windy conditions, 33 degrees C intake. Same temperature on coolant should be 82 to 84 degrees. Okay, that's my expectation. I'm trying to control as many variables as possible. Last night I tried to re-verify paper filter results. I only got 89 horsepower, but it was a crazy windy day, so it wasn't a good day for testing. But it was fun to drive fast for a second. I don't know if you noticed this. This is the side that the air actually comes in. And you'll know that by the way it sits in the car, what side of the filter points towards the engine, what side ports to where it gets the air from the other end. All my cleaning efforts were in the opposite direction that the dirt came in. Now that that's done, and the carb cleaner is almost dry, and I've air dried that off as well with my air compressor, I'm going to go ahead, now I'm going to put down a little bit of oil. I'm going to do a very, very light layer. I don't want to cause any MAF damage. Now, I might not have been quite as light as what I described, but I wanted to at least kind of knock down the whiteness of the filter. It won't be quite as red as when I got it from K&N, but I'm okay with that. Only a light amount of oil will do the job. Now, after I did clean with the carb cleaner, I used a clean side of the rack, and I only got a little bit more oil off the metallic surface for this metal screen. So I actually pretty happy with these results. Some people might want to make it more red like it was from the factory, but I think this result is going to be just fine. Now, if you had a map car, it would never care about a little oil coming through. It's not going to hurt the engine, it just hurts some sensors. So You could, if you wanted, lay it down a little bit more. But this will be fine. Can't wait to get back to you about the horsepower difference. I'll probably do that in a different video. In the meantime, remember, get out there and work on something. There's a certain amount of pleasure in getting things done yourself.